Welcome to Mermaid Love Tarot for your 5-part weekly bundle reading. I'm a counselor, a 2-time award-winning actress, and tarot reader. Enjoy your reading.
Hello Aquarius, welcome back to Mermaid Love Tarot for your 5-part bundle reading. My name is Priscilla and I am not just any tarot reader. Greetings from New York. We are going to begin your reading with angel answer messages for whatever questions you might have on your mind. Okay, sorry you guys. All right, I do not take the cards, so you guys can forward the video as I shuffle, but I don't recommend you forwarding as I do the 5-part reading because you might miss something as the readings connect. All right, my readings are no joke. Okay, so for the first answer, they're letting you know that it's not the right time. This doesn't necessarily mean something bad. As a matter of fact, it's an amazing way for your guides, for the universe to tell you, wait a little longer. You know how perfect, right, the universe and God's timing ends. And the answer is no. Another answer that isn't necessarily bad, depending on the question that you are asking. All right, you guys, we are going to continue with your energies. Also, if you're wondering why I say that I'm not just any tarot reader, is because I have over 2,000 videos in my channel that show that the proof is in the pudding, that I predict the cards and the cards come out. All right, so if you're a skeptic, go and check that out, particularly the highlighted video that I have on my channel, which is when I predicted my nephew's passing. Not something I'm proud of because it was extremely painful, but just because of the gifts that I have. All right, and you have the card of love. All right, some of you may be hearing that somebody's pregnant. You may be finding out that you're pregnant. The number 21 might be significant to you. All right, number 2 means connecting, right, unity between two people, and the number 1 is potential. But the number 21 in so many weird ways is a very lucky number as well. All right, what do we have for Aquarius? And you may be giving birth also to a new idea, a new thought, a new creativity. There may be something that's changing in your life. Remember that pregnancy changes somebody's life. We might see the Fool. We might see the Magician. We might see the Sun, the Empress, the 9 of Pentacles. I don't know, they're giving me the 8 of Cups. All right. It says here, it's almost like your time to shine. There's something that you're going to be creative about that's going to put you in the spotlight of something. Okay, we might see the 7 of Swords. There's something that's going to be like either highlighted in your life. You're gonna be in the spotlight. Okay, but it's definitely like your time to shine. Reap what you sow. That's probably why you have worked so hard that now it's like, you're going to be like put in the spotlight as being somebody who accomplishes something. All right, the energy you put out will be returned to you. Choose wisely as you will reap what you sow. All right, we might see the 7 of Cups. All right, I use this cup to channel messages. Okay, sometimes people think that channel messages just happen automatically, and they come when they come. I have people that go on my live, so channel messages, asking me for channel messages. That happens if I'm doing a reading and things come in and I'm clearly connecting to your energy, right? There's a lot of people that see me. Yeah, I told you the 8 of Cups will come out. Let me take out an Oracle Love card because I feel like you're walking away from something. And it's that something that you walk away from that brings you back to the way that you used to be. There was something that was holding you back from doing what you needed to do in order to be in the spotlight. All right, you didn't lose yourself. You found the version you were supposed to be. You see, this might have been somebody in love that held you back, that you stood in that relationship and you wouldn't flourish. Okay, it was somebody who didn't let you flourish. Somebody who might have been, is their way or no way, right? This is why you walked away from this. You walked away from this person, from this situation, from a mindset, from a situation, from, you know, whatever. All right. So at one point, this person may have made you very happy, but then things just became sour. There might have been arguments. We might see the 5 of not swords, wands. All right. What else do we have, please? 2 more for Aquarius. Yeah. 5 of swords. It's almost like there was somebody who wanted to win at all costs. It didn't matter. It didn't matter to them how you felt. And they weren't trying to let you bring them down. All right. A lot of conflict, a lot of turbulence in the relationship. All right. The 5 of wands didn't come out, but the 5 of swords did. And you just walked away from that. And now you just focus on your money, on you, on the things that you need to do. Because there might have been so much creativity inside you, but the sadness of being in that relationship, you know, the chaos didn't let you move forward with your personal goals, with your things that you wanted to do. All right. Three more for Aquarius. Then we're going to do your advice or something that's in the shadows. We might see the 7 of swords too. I feel like this could have been somebody who wore a mask. Yeah, 7 of wands. Not the 7. I called the 7 of swords, and the other time it was the opposite. Yeah, but you're gonna stand up for yourself, no matter, you know, what this person does, what people try to do to you. They're just telling you that moving forward, communicate clearly. Okay, don't give up, but don't give up in using and saying what you believe in. Okay, don't let people choose for you, speak for you. All right, and there it goes, the 5 of wands. I am not just any tarot reader. It had to come out because there was, and it comes under the 5 of swords. There was just a lot of conflict in this relationship. You couldn't be yourself. You know, you were just frustrated. A lot of frustration, battles, arguments. You know, this person wouldn't hear you out. Even when you were right, they played the victim. Okay, but you never gave up on the idea that you knew you just had to go. All right, and with the Hierophant, all right, you really took more of a route of morals, right? What is the right thing to do for me? What are my values? What did I grow up knowing, learning, right? It wasn't that people can treat you like crap, right? It wasn't that you were a doormat. So you stand up for yourself in that emperor Hierophant kind of mode, knowing that you are protected, all right? Following your values and what you believe in. Again, not giving up, right? Like with the 7 of wands. You have the Wheel of Fortune, all right? So in your shadow, and they're telling you to ask yourself the question, where have I left things to fate instead of choice? All right? What have you left to fate that you could have said, you know what? Like this relationship. Some people might say, well, you know, if God has me in this relationship, it was because I was supposed to be with this person. Maybe that was something you were saying to yourself, right? But it wasn't fate. It was your choice. You had to make a choice to leave, because if you didn't, right, you wouldn't be following your values. You wouldn't be doing what you need to do. You wouldn't be in a worse situation, right? And so you sown hard work. You sown, you know, respect for yourself. And now you're going to see the fruits of all kinds of labors, right? When we see, you know, you reaping what you sow in the beginning when we saw your energies, right? This wasn't fate. It was a choice that you needed to make. It was up to you to walk away from this situation. Had you stood there, it would have been worse, right? But it's almost like we don't see the tower here, but it was definitely a tower moment in your life. All right, we move on to money and career. Okay. It says outside forces, unknown figures are driving the situation, and you may not be able to control the outcome. This cycle will shift soon and you will be okay. All right. So you're not by yourself. There are things that are helping. You might have had not just problems in your love life, but also in money and career, right? So now you get the help that you need. And maybe you are a man watching this reading and your significant other is pregnant, right? And you are in a position where now you need to make more money, right? Now it's not just you and her. Now you have a baby coming on the way, right? And so you're trying your best to do what you can to get yourself right? And be able to do and have enough money to do the things that you want to do. What do we have for Aquarius? All right, it says career transition. Navigate career transition smoothly. Identify your transferable skills, update your resume, and network to explore new opportunities. All right, speak to people, see, what they're about, how they can help you. Great minds think alike. There might be people who might want to open up a business, and you might want to open up the same business, and you might want to join forces. Okay, just speak to people. You never know what networking might bring. If you're trying to leave your job, they might know of a position available in their job. All right, and it says flexibility. Adapt slowly by using versatility, compromise, adaptation, change, etc. Be flexible in your methods. All right, if one day you can work at home, do it, right? For a little better peace, not to be in your office or whatever. If you can work extra hours, do it, right? So it can help you and you can make more money. If, for example, you need to work overtime and things like that. All right, we're moving on to love. What do we have for Aquarius? Guys, also please consider to become a member of my channel where you will receive exclusive perks. I go live more than usual. I answer questions every week from my members. All right, for as little as 3 cents, you can join the highest tier. All right, the highest tier gives you what tier 1 and 2 give you, okay? And then 2 gives you what 1 and 2 gives you, so forth and so on. It's inexpensive, all right? And it's worth every penny, as you already know that I am not just any tarot reader. Also, please consider checking out my Amazon store. You're going to find the Saint Benedict medallion, all right, in a little bag under esoteric items. And you will find a whole bunch of things under my store that's in categories. All my tarot decks, the things that I eat, beauty supplies, everything. All right. And in love, you have the passion I felt was enormous. I didn't know what to do. All right. This might be somebody who was with you, but when they saw themselves loving you more than usual, now they want to fall back, right? Now it's like they want to run because they're catching feelings they thought they never would. All right. So even if they leave, you know they're going to be returning, because once those feelings are there, where are they going? They're not, especially if you're a good person and you're treating them right. Also, you guys, I leave the egg ritual at the end of each video together with the Saint Benedict video. All right, I am open for personal readings. I do book quickly because people see that I'm not just any tarot reader. I'm working right now on a website. My team is helping me with that, but in the meantime, look at the description box, send me an email. You don't necessarily have to book a full reading. You can book just questions. All right, so check that out and don't miss out on that. Okay, what else did I want to tell you? Also subscribe so that when I go live, you can ask me free tarot questions. What do we have, please, for Aquarius? It says I can't let you go. No, they cannot let you go. Regardless if they're feeling like, oh my God, I'm scared, I'm loving this person too much, they're not gonna let you go. It's just the passion that's there is big. And passion is like a big thing. A really, really big thing when people are in the early stages of a relationship. It's a big thing. Passion is a thing that will take you to love really quick. One more, please, for Aquarius. All right, cuffing season. Single, ready to mingle, ready for a relationship, out on the hunt. So if this person decides to leave, you're gonna say peace out. You're gonna be mingling, having fun, and this person might end up losing you because you might meet somebody. Remember that life is short. All right, you don't need to be waiting for anybody, and whoever this person is that you meet next might be the person that goes through winter with you, right, during cuffing season. All right, what do we have? We're moving on to oracle messages. What do we have for Aquarius, please? And it says, what's meant for me will find its way. Exactly. If this person leaves, if he comes back, they found their way. If they don't, you found your way. Simple. With whoever new that comes into your life. Because you're not going to be wasting your time and waiting for people. Right? That's not the way that life works. All right. And it says, tap into your creative potential. Let your ideas flow. All right, this is what I'm telling you. It will be a good idea for you to career transition, come together with people who might give you ideas, who you can work with, who you can collaborate with and grow with. Okay, we don't just grow with our romantic partners. There are other people in life that help us to grow. Okay, and it says community calls here again. All right, the number 38 might be significant. 3 means communicating, coming together, sort of like the 3 of Cups, the 3 of Pentacles, communicating with people, right? And the number 8 means change. All right, so you're going towards change as long as you are, communicating, networking, like we said. All right, remember you have the Wheel of Fortune in your shadow. All right, and for initials, as we have B, W, the name William, the name Vicky. All right, and all right, name, last name, nickname. And for more signs, we have Sagittarius, Leo, and Scorpio. So we saw a lot of ones in your reading, right? Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Gemini, Aquarius, and Aries. All right, you guys, this has been your reading. Thank you so much for being here. I hope that it has resonated with you. Don't forget to join me on Instagram. Everything is in the description box. Join me on my IMDB page. Please like, share, and subscribe so that YouTube can send my videos to the algorithm. Please hype my videos if possible. I will really greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to check out those Spanish readings for more messages and the random readings that I put up on my channel. Yesterday I did an all signs reading for the moon in Sagittarius. The moon in Sagittarius, that energy still lingers. All right, so check out that reading, and don't forget to live in love and harmony. Help others no matter who they are. I'll see you soon. Take care. One love.
Thanking you for watching, and please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.